Alright guys, just the guy here with another episode of Sky Factory 4. And as you can see, I did a little bit of decorating. I'm not entirely sold on the choices. I was just trying to use what blocks I had, which was basically the metals and this amber stuff, which I thought looked kind of cool, but it doesn't really work. And it's also my only light source is lava. I don't really have anything but torches yet, so. But I did this. I thought that was kind of cool, you know, the G and the J. I don't know. But I spent a lot of time on sorting this, and I'll have a little screenshot hopefully showing up on the screen here of like half of my resources burning because I was sorting it. I had it all out, and then the little drawers started catching fire. I don't know. I have this constant problem with stuff in my base catching fire randomly, even though there's no lava like exposed. There's at least a wall of cobblestone everywhere. When I break blocks, sometimes like there's a flash of lava, so I think it's just an issue of the lava sources being there and the block at the same time. But I have all the saplings in this first box, all the acorns in this box, resin. Then I start going into the more like random stuff, which is mostly I tried to go for the resource metal bricks and stuff like that, and then more blocks of randomness. This is all the leaves. I've had them in boxes just because it's easier than filtering them all out to have them in a box that's voided. Plus I might use them for decoration. Some of them look kind of cool like the diamond leaves. This is more blocks of randomness really. This one's all the food stuff so far really. Anything that's edible. And then this is more box of randomness. And it's just these network link cables connected to all these shipping containers. And then I finally figured out how to get this little outside system thing working. You have to use these storage import cables. You have to put it on blacklist. When you first put it down, it always starts on whitelist, and nothing comes through unless you have it put it in the whitelist. If you put it on blacklist, you just click it once, and it'll start importing everything. And it actually works. Unlike those item extraction cables for the Silic mod or whatever, those switch back to blacklist every time I log out in and out or whatever, so those are annoying. And this is my overflow chest of everything that's not in a little drawer or whatever, or a cabinet or whatever. So this is all the stuff I didn't think was worth putting in a drawer. And then this is my emergency flush switch, which will send everything of this back into the system to be resorted in case I put a new container in there or something just gets put in there that shouldn't be. I also got a second reclaimer table down here, a request table just to make it easier on myself. As you can see, there's quite a bit of stuff in there. But today, we're going to go upstairs and we're going to work on the processing cable part of the simple network. It's a part of an advancements, but it's also just interesting. So we look at the processing cable. Oops. So let's just do the simple thing. It's easy. That's simple. I actually had to build one of the speed upgrades because the import exports for this mod is really slow. It's like 3 or 4 items every couple ticks, and it couldn't keep up with the hopper bonsais. Even with 4 of these in there, it barely keeps up because it doesn't do different stacks very well of different items. Here's the processing cable, automatically process simple transactions, and then the controller. So we want the cable, which is just an observer and some gold. No issue. I don't have enough gold, but that's not an issue. Trust me. So every time I click this, it'll do 64. There's actually an upgrade where you can have more operations, so you can do higher than 64 at a time. But for my purposes, 64 is more than enough. I don't want to flood my entire system because I have like thousands of some blocks, and I don't want like 3,000 gold blocks to be transferred into nuggets or something. So how many more cables? Got through a lot of these. Okay, so we got some processing cables. We only really need 1 or 2. But we need a controller, which is just some lapis blocks, which shouldn't be a problem. I don't think I've actually brought over my liquid lapis sources, which is I brought over most of my materials, but I guess I didn't bring lapis, so I don't have one. I guess it could be molten. So we got a controller, which is an advancement. Control yourself. Now this is something you want access to, so let's move our chest builder. We don't want any right now, thank you. Let's see here. Let's get this. Ooh. I don't have any cables. Oh, I do. I just didn't know where they were. No, you can't pick it up. Now this is dangerous. Heck, I don't want to open the... Oh. Trying to eat a food and... freaking table menu opened up. That was dangerous. Why do I have my sword still? Oh, it's soulbound. Okay, that's interesting. Did not know that. I mean, I knew it was soulbound, but I didn't know it kept it on my inventory. How am I gonna get that? What? There we go. So that is connected. Alright, if we right click this, it tells you how many storage slots I have empty, how many cables, and the controller is connected. And my mouse is still acting up. I really would need to buy another one, but I just haven't gotten around to it. See, now where do we want to do this? I think we're going to do it downstairs just so there's more room. So, the processing cables, which I somehow lost. That is weird. I must have put it back on the request table. Yes, I did. Okay, whatever. I know I made some. Now these will attach to an object and then complete a task. It's got to be a pretty simple task, but they'll work. So, if for instance, when you use a mechanical squeezer or a furnace, I'm trying to think of what machine I actually want to use. Let's actually go for one that's kind of cool. Crafting station, or the auto crafter. I don't have any of that much stuff. Okay, so we won't do that. Now, it won't attach to everything. I tried, it wouldn't attach to a regular crafting table. It would attach to a tools crafting station or whatever, but it wouldn't really work because it only automatically put it in the first slot and not do anything. But let's just do a furnace. It's very simple. Now, you can make a regular furnace. Or we can make an ender furnace, I thought. Yeah, it's just dark and I couldn't see it. So this one is pretty simple. I'll make a couple of those. Need one of these. Now the main thing about the ender furnace is it can run without any fuel. It's just super slow that way. Now I don't know if this actually works on this. I haven't tested it. I tested it on a regular furnace in a creative world, but not this. So I'm not sure how this is going to work. So far all my storage is over here. I think I'm going to put all my processing over here. So that's there. We attach a processing cable once somewhere on there. And now we got to attach this to the system. For now I'm just going to run it across the room, but I'll probably have it go over the ceiling eventually. And we'll just hook it to that. If anything part of the system could be hooked to the rest of the system, really. You can go through the tables or... Come on. That double jump is not as good as I thought it'd be. Doesn't work all the time. Okay, so this is hooked up. Now for this to work, we need to go in here and tell it what to make and what'll come out. So, what should we cook? Well, we honestly don't really have a deep need for anything. But how about sand? No, we don't need glass. I know. I didn't think this part through. I guess we could just make more charcoal, but we don't really need it. So let's go oak. 18,000 oak, as you can see. And if you hold shift over it, it will tell you the exact amount, not round it up. And then we want some charcoal. Because you got to tell it exactly. So, oops. So you put in, let's say, 8 oak, right? You can barely see it, but there's a little 8 down there. It's a little easier if you put like a 64. And then 8 charcoal will come out is what you're telling it. You can tell it to ignore the ore dictionaries and all that stuff. I don't know how useful that is. And then it'll start working. It'll put in exactly 8. It'll wait until 8 are made, and then it'll take it out. You can't have a hopper, you can't have an extraction cable or anything else take it out. If you take it out, if you pick here and take one out, it'll sort of break the system because it'll be waiting for an 8th one that's not there. So you have to let it put everything in and take everything out. If you break the system, it kind of screws up and you got to reset it, usually by breaking it and doing it again. But if we go upstairs, it'll be in that little controller thing we showed you. And right here, see, it'll say Ender Furnace, and it's processing 8 wood. It's currently set on always active, which means if we go to here to charcoal and oak, well, let's do charcoal, I guess. 794. It's going to be kind of slow because the Ender Furnace is set on the eco mode where it's super slow, but it doesn't take any fuel. This should go up to 792 or whatever, or 802 when it ever gets the full set done. Unfortunately, I picked the slowest thing in the world to be checking. But while that's going, we can also do it with other stuff. So, what stuff do we want to do? Well, I think we could do the crafting thing, but I'm not sure. Actually, yeah, we'll give it a shot. So, we'll break this. Take it downstairs. So the Magma Anvil, right next to it. We want our fluid extraction and our barrel. I'm gonna do this for now, I guess. And then if we put another processing cable on here, we can tell it what to do. Now, you can only do one at a time, so that's kind of annoying. But you can do something like this. Put your Paxel in there. You should ignore NBT and ore dictionary or whatever, I think. So that means the damage won't matter. And then when it's done, a fully repaired one should come out. So we get a fully repaired one, so put it in the system to tell it what to do. And this should mean, in theory, I can just dump it in there. it'll get fully repaired and then put it back in the system. So as you can see, it's got 4 in here. When it gets to a full 8, it'll take it out and then put another 8 in here. You could speed it up if we put some fuel in there. Boom, it's gone, see? And then puts another 8, which is, you know, the exact amount for a normal block of charcoal or whatever. And you can set up to 64 if you want, it doesn't really matter. I just do 8 so that it generally doesn't leave anything hanging. Okay, so that's fully repaired. Now we should be able to go to this thing and do that. And now, if we come upstairs, you should see it up there. Magma Anvil. Oh, it keeps in... I might have to turn off the metadata to not have it be the experience boost and all that. So, if we put down a couple leaf blocks, break it, get some damage, put this in the system, and then go Paxel. Still in there. I haven't actually tried this Magma Anvil creative. I don't know if it can recognize the difference between damaged and not. That might be the issue. I might have to click the NBT or something like that. But the other thing is you can click not always active, and then you can just upscale to how many processes you want done. So this will do 8 charcoal 10 times. And it's also important that you might want to turn these off. I've noticed after about 3 of these are going, it causes some problems. Like every single time you open this, it closes after about 15 seconds. So I noticed the interface crashing if you had too many of these running at once. But as you can see, it slowly counts down, and sometimes it'll crash the system, or close the window here when these finally do hit 0. But it just keeps going, and it's super useful in this particular mod pack because you do have a bunch of acorns and stuff. Unfortunately, each and every process has to be a separate one. It doesn't switch. There's no utility in that aspect. It's not as good as interface. But yeah, let's do one little quick thing with finish off the simple things. Let me get my pickaxe back. I guess it's not going to repair itself. That didn't work quite as well as I thought it would be. So that's simple. I also want to build... Oops. The storage remote. This one lets you access it within 64 blocks. Just some cables and gold. Nothing at all to me. If you can build this. So this should be interesting. I'm currently pretty much always within 64 blocks of my remote. I'm not sure how you... Maybe I just put it in there, take it out. There we go. Yeah, I guess you just have to put it in there and take it out. So now it works. I have access to anywhere within 64 blocks, and it actually tells you how far you are, I guess, from your thing. But there's a better one. The simple storage remote, unlimited distance. This one takes a network master, glowstone. None of that is pretty simple, which the master takes a diamond, which, and a lot of quartz. Yeah. Luckily, I do have quite a bit of quartz. I was converting some of my truffles into quartz, because my netherrack sapling only produces 1 in a great while. So 45, huh? It's not as much as I would have liked, but... Okay. We still need... I swear I had some glowstone. And I went to the nether and got some. Oh, that must have been one of the boxes that got destroyed in the fire. I thought it was mostly saplings. Well, that's very, very unfortunate. Well, guys, I guess we're not going to build the infinite one just yet, because I got to go to the nether and get more glowstone. Because I was looking at it, and the glowstone saplings are a bit out of my reach. Or not. I do have blaze powders now. Let's take a look at it quickly. I don't have quartz resin, that's for sure, though. But I do have... Oh, blaze powder? Man, I lost the blaze powder, too. I lost, like, everything nether related except netherrack. Wow. Really selective bad choices there. Yeah, it's not one of these random chests. I got rid of most of my excess chests. Well, we do have a storage network with some auto processes. Unfortunately, you can't control this remotely, I don't think. No, so that's annoying. But I mean, how often do you need this? But yeah, guys, this is a very iffy episode, I think, but we got it done, I guess. Catch you guys later. Bye. Hey guys, this is a little extra bit with Justa. I did get this to work. I couldn't use the processing cable for it. It would put it into the magma thing, but it wouldn't take it out because I couldn't change the NBT data or anything like that. I turned off the meta. It'll take out a Paxel that's hurt, right? And I had to put this at priority 2 higher than the other one just to make it work a little better. I don't know if it really helped. But then I have a regular hopper because I couldn't get a storage extraction cable or anything to work on this. It takes it out and puts it into this chest. And then this storage link cable seems to work best of taking it out. So I can take my Paxel. It's currently repaired. Break a block or two, right? Now it's at 240. Take out my little thing, dump it in there. You'll notice it's hurt. It goes away, comes back repaired. Now it'll blink back and forth because it goes in and out of that chest. I can't solve that. I don't know how. I tried turning it off right here to just out, but then I couldn't pull it out. It'll only go into the chest. I can't take it out from the interface. And I tried a lot of other things, but for whatever reason, it just goes in and out of this chest. It's really, really weird. But it works for any durability. Like, it doesn't have to be exactly the 239 that I put it in there. So that works nice. So basically, anywhere I can dump my tools in there and pull them out repaired. I would just have to filter in each one of every tool I'd want to repair. And there's, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 slots. So, I mean, that's 16 tools for one Magma Anvil. I did put this in the front because I don't have an infinite lava source hooked up to it yet, and that's probably the thing you need to interface with the most with. But yeah, this works. It's not the processing cable like this one is, which is still working and is still awesome. It's just kind of slow. Oh, I got broken somehow. Oh, I know why. But yeah, it failed to take it out because I think it ran out of oak or something. Yeah, now that whole processing cable is broken, I think. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to show you the Magma Anvil, so the tools will be repaired anywhere. But yeah, guys, catch you guys later.